welcome back to my channel. My name's Jess and today is a very special day. It is the last day of my 2-week isolation period. So if you are familiar with COVID-19, you basically, like, if you're exposed, you need to do testing plus a 2-week isolation period. So today's video, I just want to kind of like do a get ready with me because I have a few things that I want to do today. I definitely want to go out into town because I can. I haven't been out for 2 weeks because the whole isolation thing. So I just want to do a quick get ready with me. It's kind of like an everyday makeup look. So yeah, it shouldn't take too long. And I'm just gonna go into like my whole story on how I was exposed to COVID-19. Okay, so before we start, I kind of want to show you something super cute. So my dog is just like hanging out right here. Let's go. His name is Isco. He's a chow chow, and he is very chill, and yeah, he just likes to hang out. Okay, so I just want to get into how this whole mess started. Basically, my fiance Kevin, he works out of town during the week, and so he stays in a different city during the week and comes home during the weekend. So he lives in an apartment during the week with 3 other roommates. So how it started was his roommate actually got exposed first, and of course my fiance was exposed to the virus from him eventually while living together. It's kind of like inevitable, like if one person in the household has it, the other person does get it. So his employer actually had all the employees do a testing, and so his roommate took the test and he came back positive. So he told me what happened, and I knew I was gonna get exposed. We definitely didn't want to do a 2-week isolation separated. So basically, yeah, like I knew I was gonna get the virus. But like financial wise, like we were okay, and like of course having like a stimulus check helped a lot too. So I decided that it's better for us to go ahead and just get over it, and like we'll be like isolated together, quarantined together. But yeah, it was definitely pretty scary, just the thought of potentially getting exposed to it and everything. And yeah, so eventually he did come home. I was exposed, and that was that. So I'm just gonna do my brows real quick. So yeah, so I told my boss ahead of time, like, the whole situation about him getting exposed and then coming home, and then I'll be exposed to it as well. So of course I would have to take the time off of work, and yeah, like I said, it's gonna be 2 weeks of not working. And so basically we went to Austin, which is the city that he lives in, and or works at, and so we got our testing done there. So I actually went with him. It was the day after I was exposed to him. So yeah, it's like it was a little too early for me to get a test, but I just figured like might as well just get one anyways. Like you never know like if you had it or not before potentially getting exposed and everything. So yeah, I just went ahead, tagged along, and we drove together to Austin to get our testing done. And yeah, so it was like a very scary experience. I didn't know how I was going to react to it. I didn't know how he was going to react to it. So we were like, our whole mindset was like, if we're going to get it, might as well like be in it together. Like, at least we have each other. Yeah, so the whole process of getting tested, oh my gosh, I wanted to die right then and there. So it was a drive-through testing process. Basically, we didn't have to get out of our car at all. We basically just, it was kind of like set up in a parking lot. And it was a little clinic that was doing it. So they had their whole setup outside in the parking lot. We would just drive through. We filled out some forms. We had to set our IDs like on the dashboard of our vehicle. So the whole process was very like minimal, like them getting our information and everything. They basically had a clipboard and looked on our dashboard outside of the vehicle and just wrote everything down on another piece of paper, so they didn't have to like receive the paper that we actually wrote on. Okay, and I'm also gonna do my lashes real quick. So we had to wait for a while until it was our turn to provide a sample. Okay, so this part sucked. They had to stick like a huge, like, okay, so this is my makeup brush. It was literally like this big of like a swab, and like they stuck like most of it inside of our nose, and I swear it touched my brain. And like, okay, I'm probably like exaggerating a little bit, but it hurt so bad, and like I cried, he cried, it was really, really bad. And it felt like when water gets up your nose, and like, I don't know, it's like really hard to explain, but it hurt so bad and just very uncomfortable. 10 out of 10, don't recommend. Yeah, the whole time, like I think it was like 10 seconds that the swab had to be inside of your nose, and like oh my gosh, I wanted to die those 10 seconds. But yeah, after we provided a sample, basically we were all done, and yeah, it would take 3 to 4 days to get our results back. So the whole time that we waited for our results, we couldn't work still because we were exposed. And a little mirror for this one. So after that, we were basically stuck at home for a while, and yeah, so at least he gave me a heads up. I was able to get like a whole bunch of groceries ahead of time and everything we needed for our 2 weeks in. Also, while we stayed at home for 2 weeks, we did have a friend who was able to go grocery shopping for us and drop off our groceries without contact. So it's really nice having like a friend available for that. We went to get our testing done on Saturday, and we did receive our results Wednesday. So yeah, the results came back, and Kevin turned out positive, and I actually came back negative. So that is a very odd result. They did tell me that like when I was giving my sample that I might have a false negative just because I was exposed so soon. I was literally exposed the day before I took my test. So they said that usually it takes about 2 to 3 days to actually get the positive result after being exposed. So yeah, so they basically told me over the phone call that me and him, like, we would have to be isolated for 2 weeks, and basically that's like no having contact with anyone besides like who's in our household, and well, it's just me and him and our dog, so no going out. Yeah, it sucked, but at least we had each other. We did play a lot of Uno. I did do a lot of gardening while I was in isolation, so, and it's just all the plants that I had before the exposure too, so I didn't have to go out or anything. This is my garden that I've been having. During that whole time, I was very scared. I didn't know how my body was going to react to the virus, but both of us were pretty much asymptomatic. I did get like a heavy feeling or like chest pains after about 2 to 3 days, and I did have a headache. So the headaches that I did get and also the chest pains that I was feeling was very mild, like super mild. And Kevin, he basically didn't have any symptoms at all, so we were very lucky. And so basically that's it. Like, we just had to wait out our 2 weeks not working. We did receive a stimulus check, which helped a lot, so we didn't really have to worry about not being at work too much. So me and Kevin are gonna go to Home Depot later to get some materials for my garden. I basically just need to get some support, or like something to build a trellis, if any of y'all know what that is. It's just a support system for a plant. So like, especially plants that have vines, they will grow up the trellis, and like, it's a really good support for tomatoes as well. I'm gonna build one for my cucumber, and I'm gonna take Isco out to town as well, because I know that he's pretty much tired of staying indoors as well. He likes to go into town, ride in the truck and everything, and so we're gonna take him with us. And Home Depot does allow dogs. We've taken him there multiple times before. Okay, so here is the finished look. Very minimal. Just wanted to get some makeup on my face to feel like ready to go into town and like feel good. Sometimes it's nice just getting done up a little bit, even if you're not gonna do anything, but yeah. So I'm gonna go to Home Depot. I'm gonna take my fiance and my dog with me. Okay, so this is my favorite part about taking Isco somewhere. Being such a good boy. Alright, well, we are in Home Depot. Isco's still being a good boy, and I found the trellis that I was looking for. Hopefully it works. Hey guys, so we're back from Home Depot, and I want to go ahead and show y'all my garden. So here's my little garden. So I have to use pots because we are currently renting right now. So this is a hibiscus flower. Usually late in the summer it blooms very regularly. And this is an avocado tree. It's still pretty small. And I have my 2 rose bushes here. And I have 2 aloe plants. And here is the trellis that we were looking for at Home Depot. And yeah, so this is my cucumber plant. And so basically, like, if you see those little vines there, it basically attaches to the trellis, and it just like keeps climbing up and up and up. And this here is our tomato plant. He is thriving very well. So we have a few tomatoes already. Alright, well, that concludes today's video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe to my channel. Well, I'll see y'all next time. Thanks. Bye.